Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck and you're dreaming of financial freedom? Well, selling final expense insurance may not be the answer that you're looking for. So, I'm going to give you 4 ways that you can hopefully diminish your chance of going broke selling final expense insurance. I know there's a lot of rah about, wow, it's just so easy. All right, quit your day job and you're going to make dollar bills falling from the sky. Well, my friends, I'm going to give you some facts that you're going to want to find out about before you dive into final expense sales or even final expense telesales. So, thanks for joining with me in this content. My name is Jason. I'm your friend in the business, and I am so blessed to partner with some of the most amazing brand new and veteran agents alike, including agencies that partner here selling life, Medicare, and annuities face to face, but more importantly, in the telespace. So, free resources for your taking at jasonfinalexpense.com, including access to brand new leads and even aged leads at under $2 a piece that are 90 days old or less. So if you need those, reach out. But let's dive into how to keep you from going broke when you're beginning your career. 90% of the agent force, first off, fails in this industry because a lot of times they failed to unpack these 4 tips that I'm going to really drill down for you because I want you to have the best chance of bringing that big take home that maybe you really want. You want the financial freedom. You want the just ability to just navigate your own career, right? Well, number one, if you're taking notes, and I'm going to give you 4 so that you can hopefully not go broke, is you've got to breathe the business. You've got to live it. This isn't a job. This is a career. This is a calling. And those that call it quits, my friends, don't breathe the business. They work for maybe an hour or two and then take the rest of the day off, and that will take you out. You got to breathe the business. It's got to be kind of who you are. I get it. It's not the easiest thing on the planet. And a lot of agents get shined on thinking this business is easy street. And it creates a lot of agents that don't make it. It helps them, all right, not make it, which helps you be able to dominate. You've got to find the best partners. You've got to have the best scripts. You've got to have the best systems. But even if you have the best systems, if you don't actually follow them, you're going to fail anyway. You've got to follow the system when you have great scripts like what we possess here. And you've got to train like your very career depends on it because, my friends, it does. So you've got to be one that sees yourself as a successful insurance agent, even when the sour things happen, even when you get chargebacks, even when you get told all these negative things that will come. The unicorns and rainbow effect will go away really quick in this industry when that just enthusiasm wanes. You want to be able to make the wealth. And so many insurance agents, when they jump in, they're so enthusiastic. And then the first little thing of negative hits them, and belief's the backbone of a very simple business. Simple, my friends, not easy. All right. But when your belief is diminished, your chance of making the bucks will follow. It gets diminished as well. But you've got to breathe the business. It's got to be everything for you if you want to have a chance of making money in this business. A lot of agents go broke because they don't breathe the business. They give it about as much attention as their ex-wife. All right, or ex-spouse or ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. You've got to put time in if you want to have a good relationship, right? Well, in a business, you've got to put that time in as well. You've got to be absolutely involved and very intentional if you want to engage. So number one, breathe the business. Number two, if you're taking notes, if you've got good systems, if you've got good scripts, if you've been honed and helped by a top producer, then now you've got to buy leads. So many insurance agents go broke because they don't buy the leads. This is an industry where it's lead heavy. You've got to have leads if you want to have a lot of bucks. And if you believe you can do it, then go buy leads, right? You've got to take that risk. And there's no guarantee of reward in this space. This is where a lot of insurance agents drink the Kool-Aid out there. They think, oh, I'll make 6 figures, 7 figures. I can just sit on my couch and do nothing, stare at my phone, and somehow this money machine is just going to roll it to me. My friends, you're going to get robbed. Be careful. If it sounds too good to be true, you know what? You're probably right. I know artificial intelligence is a big deal right now in final expense sales. It's definitely creeping in, and a lot of agents pay the ultimate cost for their just lack of knowledge in it. Understand artificial intelligence is 100% artificial and lacks any form of intelligence. You've got to be one that when you get them on that phone, you bring power, you bring strength across that phone to protect them, but you've got to buy the leads. Tip number two, if you want to go broke, Don't buy leads. Don't buy leads. All right. You're already going to go broke that way anyway. And there's no promise that you're going to make success even when you buy leads. When you buy leads, you've got to call those leads or you're going to call it quits like 90% of the agent force. You want to be 8% in the nation that dominates, loves what you do. You want to be $1 million roundtable rep. You want to make it and really dominate. Well, then you've got to put your money where your mouth is and keep buying leads on the weekly. If you don't have a lot of money, I get it. Reach out. We can get you good aged lead resources. That's phenomenal too. But you've got to keep funding your business or you're going to go broke. You've got to have people to see if you want to make profit, right? This industry is one where you've got to buy leads every week if you can. And then you got to call them like you're going to go broke because, my friends, you will if you don't. You've got to have a lot of work here to make the wealth. And everybody doesn't always like hearing the 4-letter word of work, right? You got to work on your craft. You got to work on your script. You're like, I want a perfect presentation. I want to be that powerful agent. Good. Then powerfully be involved in practice. You've got to practice till perfection so that you can have the best chance of scripting and saying things that will resonate with the hearts of your consumer. You're there to help them. You're there to serve them. The selling is the byproduct, but you've got to buy leads. Tip number 2, you've got to buy leads. And those that go broke in this industry, they don't buy enough leads and then they lose out on the opportunity for what it really could be for them. They really just left the business too soon. And that is a really sad thing that happens to a lot of agents that go broke. Tip number 3, if you're one that I'm breathing the business, Jason, I've got good scripts, I've got good systems, I've got good partners, good allies like what we are here in our agency. You've bought your leads. You're like, okay, I'm going to get after it. Now, number 3, you got to go beat those leads like a drum. You want to make the music, you want to make the money. You better be like drummer boy, drummer lady. You better start beating those leads with action. Beat street if you're a face-to-face insurance agent. You've got to breathe this business. Beat your leads like a drum. And I'm not talking about being aggressive, all right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being intentional about action. Action will solve your problems and help you hopefully find success here. But you've got to be intimately involved with working those leads like you're going to lose your wealth if you don't, because you will. Time is everything. It's not tomorrow, now. Tomorrow will take your opportunity away today, my friends. And if you want to find the chance of financial gain, you've got to get after those leads now, and I mean now. Action will fix everything if you believe you can do it, but you've got to buy leads. Number 2, back to number 2 again, right? You got to keep buying leads, keep believing that you can do this. And now you got to double down on action if you want to dominate the game. So many people in final expense telesales, they say they want to be full time, but they're not putting in full time effort. They're working 2-3 hours sometimes when you're really honest with yourself. You may be in your office for 6 to 8 hours, but are you really prioritizing income producing activities? Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. But if you want to have the best chance of making money and not being broke in this industry, you got to beat those leads like a drum. Some days you're overpaid, some days you're underpaid, my friends. It's part of the industry. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Can you get up every day with a smile on your face? If that's you, you may love this industry, but it's a painful playground when you're shined on thinking, wow, I want to make 6 figures, 7 figures. All I need is an insurance license and a couple leads and a couple bucks. And just, yeah, I can make 40, 50 grand a month. Really? Yeah, it's possible. There's no glass ceiling, but is it probable for you as a brand new agent? Well, it's a performance-based business. Those that do are those that get, and nothing is promised. Success is earned by what you do and do daily. All right. So it's so important that you really get after it with action. Tip number 3, can't emphasize this enough. If you're always about your leads, you're going to get better every day. Every day, you're going to get 1 or 2 or 5% better. At the end of the year, you're going to be so smooth. You got to really just invest yourself in what you do. You've got to breathe the business if you want to make it. And so many agents go broke because they don't breathe it. They don't buy leads and they don't beat those leads like a drum with action. Always focusing on the leads, focusing on what you can do for them, the old so what. Now, number 4, if this is helpful to you, and I appreciate my subscribers who motivate me every day to get after it. Had a late night yesterday closing some business with our work family. I love who we partner with here. Just can't be more proud of who I get to just invest life with, right? So number 4, if you are disciplined, you've got a chance to dominate the game. Most insurance agents speak a big game but can't back it up. Most insurance agents that fail, the ones that go broke, they're all about the talk, not about the walk. You want to have a chance of making it, be disciplined. Be disciplined. Be disciplined every darn day. Do. All right. If not, you're going to step into the do of the business and you're going to be a statistic because you weren't disciplined to really focus on income producing activities. You've got to be disciplined, or the business will discipline you hard. You're going to be out like trout. I'm telling you, you're going to say the business stinks. Nobody buys from me. Well, you've got to be a disciplined agent. You've got to be one that can dominate, or the business will destroy you. And I'm talking about dominating your clock. I'm talking about dominating action in calling your leads, dominating discipline to be disciplined, to buy leads and do it every week. You've got to work like your career depends on it, and you've got to live and breathe the life insurance business, live and breathe the final expense insurance business. You can't be like, oh, it's a job, poor me. You want a chance of getting paid? You've got to be positive. You've got to be powerful. When that pain comes, you've got to be prepared so that you can get through the noise of the industry and hopefully have the financial freedom that you are attempting to attain. And hopefully you will enjoy this. You can get out of that paycheck to paycheck W-2 where your boss is telling you what to do. But my friends, don't give up your day job until you've duplicated your income. And I want to be intentional about that. So anything I can do to serve you, jasonfinalexpense.com. I appreciate you watching. Hope you like the video. Hope it's a blessing to you. And remember, you've got what it takes. We'll see you soon.